Months had passed since King Gendry's coronation. Sir John, Lord Commander of the new Night's Watch, had been receiving support from all 7 of the kingdoms. Samwell Tarly met John atop the wall, near the edge of Viserion's break. "Roughly another 200 reported in last night, Lord Commander," reported Sam. "Nearly 12,000 strong now," reminisced John. "Mormont would be stunned to see the support that we're being given," said Samwell. "Amending a few of the rules didn't hurt either," finished John. 4-year minimum, steady feed, boarding in Molestown for the families," Samwell continued. 12 years of service granting lands. 3 consecutive lifetimes of service grants a lordship for the great-grandchild," repeated Sam. "It seems to be working," said John with a hollow smile. "How's Gilly?" asked John. "Due any day now. Tomorrow I rotate to Molestown for guard duty," Sam paused. "And we plan on naming it John," said Sam. John again forced a smile. "You're heading out there again?" Sam asked, nodding north. "Aye," said John. "House Giantsbane will be escorting us this time. Any hope we have of repairing the wall this century will be contingent on locating the remaining giants," lamented John. "And Daenerys?" asked Sam. "Wouldn't mind finding her as well," admitted John. "What would you do if you found her?" asked Samwell. I'll know when I do," replied John. A single horn blast announced the arrival of House Giantsbane from the south. John and Sam watched as Munda Giantsbane and the rest of the free folk rode up to Eastwatch. Lady Munda had taken a pair of cross mammoth tusks as her house sigil, gray and white as their colors. "She looks the part," claimed Samwell. John broke his sight of Lady Munda and faced Viserion's break again. John's deep thought concerning his wife was again broken by Sam's external thoughts. "Have you ever heard of the tale of the Night's King?" asked Sam. "I think we lived it, Sam," replied John. No, the Night's King. The 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch." Sam paused. John was attentive, so Samwell then continued. "Legend says he took a bride from north of the wall, whose skin was as pale as snow, and just as cold," said Samwell. So she was a White Walker?" replied John. "So legend tells us," replied Sam. "Why are you telling me this, Sam?" asked John. "Remember when I thought I had lost Gilly to the wildlings? You were the one that talked me off the ledge," said Sam, as he looked deep down the crumbling wall. "I'm tired of watching you peer down this very ledge, wondering what could have been," said Sam. "I just hope your desire to rebuild can keep you going," admitted Sam. "Which would you choose, duty or love?" asked John. "I don't think one can exist without the other," Samwell answered. John then embraced Sam. "You're too good to me," said an emotional John. The 2 men again were startled by another horn blast. "7 hells," exclaimed Sam. "They've already been announced," he finished. "Do we have anyone ranging north of the wall?" asked John. "Of course not," said Sam. "Your orders were—" Samwell was then cut off by John. "The first ranger returns," said a smiling John as he sprang for the stairs. Sam peered over the edge of the wall to see a single rider on a black steed. Sam and John hurried through the tunnel and emerged on the opposite side of the wall. The 2 watchmen approached the ranger, draped all in black. "Uncle Benjen," exclaimed John. Benjen then uncovered his face and smiled widely at his nephew. He carefully dismounted his horse and was gently carrying something he supported with both arms. "Daenerys, have you seen her?" asked John frantically. I have. She is well," Benjen paused. "She wanted you to have something," said Benjen. John noticed the ginger way Benjen was carrying the gift. "I once advised you to wait on joining the Watch. You didn't know what you'd be giving up," Benjen paused. John's expression went from blank to twisted. He was slowly realizing what Benjen was carrying. A faint cry was heard from Benjen's arms. John then nearly collapsed as Sam moved quickly to support him. John struggled to his feet as Benjen passed the cooing mass of cloth to its father. John openly wept as he held his child, and his uncle spoke to him again. Your son is without a name," said Benjen. John took a few minutes to compose himself before answering. "Only 2 I can think of," cried John. John looked towards his best friend and asked, Eddard or Samwell? Without hesitation, Sam nodded and unexpectedly said, Eddard. Benjen attracted John's attention. What about the surname? Asked Benjen. But it was Samwell that answered Benjen's question. First Ranger, Benjen Stark. May I introduce, recently naturalized, Sir John Stark, Samwell paused. The 1000th Lord Commander of the New Night's Watch and Warden of the North, Samwell finished. By your leave, then, Lord Commander Stark, said Benjen as he mounted his horse. John again admired his baby boy, and then looked up to his uncle. Orders, Lord Commander, asked the First Ranger. Protect my queen, ordered John. The Night Queen is well. She stares off at a distance when she is alone, but she cares for her people, said Benjen. And she begs you not to come looking for her, asked Benjen. John noticed Benjen point to his cheek, and reminded him of his new scar. She marked you with love's last kiss, and she'll always know where you are, said Benjen as he turned his horse. First Ranger Stark, said Samwell. Benjen then turned to Sam as he asked, We never found Sir Jorah's body, said Sam. Ah, tough old goat, that Mormont, said Benjen. Like me, he was on death's doorstep. Daenerys found him and saved him, but all life comes at a cost, said Benjen. He'll spend an eternity serving and protecting his queen, he said. His fate will be similar to my own, finished Benjen. Benjen's horse trotted off as Ghost then circled Samwell and John. Ghost sat attentively and sniffed the mass of clothing that held little Eddard Stark.